My name is Nicole Batiste. I am a counselor at Cullen Middle School with the Houston Independent School District. One of my students is an 8th grade girl this year. I have known her since her 6th grade year. When I first met her, I learned that she was born to a drug-addicted mother. She was living in a 1-bedroom house infested by rats and other insects, and she was living with her elderly grandmother. She had anxiety, she had difficulty focusing, she had anger issues. As soon as I got her connected with one of the clinicians from Psych on Site, I saw her begin to learn how to communicate well. She has been working with a clinician her 6th grade and her 7th grade year. As she comes into 8th grade, she has passed both of her math and reading assessments. She knows how to communicate. She knows how to have friends, be social. She knows how to deal with her anger, and she's coping with a life that really just isn't there. I think what Psych on Site does so uniquely is care. And I think that's a simple answer, but I think that it's a profound one. I think what happens is people come in and kids know when you care. And when they have somebody that cares about them, talks to them about stuff that really matters to them, things begin to happen. And also, I mean, I know it's completely selfish, but for me, as one school social worker with 500 kids that all have issues, it makes it a community that comes in and helps the kids. It's not just me. It's a team of people working together to meet these kids where they're at. I don't think that one person, no matter how loving or efficient they are, can meet the needs of 500 kids that have been dealt a raw deal. And I'm talking about trauma after trauma after trauma after horror story after horror story. So there's not one person alive that can meet those needs successfully. I trust what they're doing. I trust that when my kids are smiling and yelling at my clinicians halfway across the hallway, "Are you coming to get me today?" that is somebody that they can talk to, so that way it frees me up to meet with groups, to meet with teachers, to provide interventions, which is something that I would not be able to do if I was trying to meet every individual student with their trauma. I think that one of the most successful stories I see are with the kids that have received counseling since Psych on Site has been with us. And to answer that question of, have kids begin to dream better and see things differently? Absolutely. So kids thought that they couldn't achieve because that was the belief they had about themselves, and that might be even something they hear at home. But when you sit down with somebody who cares about you every single week for an hour and you talk about what you want and what you want your perfect world to look like and what you can do to make those changes happen, kids come in my office and they're like, "I want to be in the WNBA. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a social worker." And that's my favorite. But I think it's really beautiful to see kids start to see themselves differently. Yes. All right. Let's talk about the numbers because the numbers don't lie. 6th and 7th grade reading scores went up at least 18 percentage points, which is huge. As you know, the Houston Independent School District and the Texas Education Agency is making it harder to pass these standardized tests, and Cullen is meeting the bars with the help of Psych on Site. 7th grade math and 8th grade math went from 36% proficiency to 58% proficiency, so that is a huge leap and bound. We are super excited to continue the academic growth, but we know we need help with our social and emotional deficits, and Psych on Site always provides that. Some of the awesome parts of our partnership with Psych on Site is that every student gets an individualized treatment plan, meeting the needs of that individual person. Also, they are pulled on campus, which is an amazing part of the program because a lot of our students come from families that have various barriers to them getting mental health services. So they are pulled out during their elective. That way they don't miss any core education time, but they are able to receive those services once a week on campus in our buildings. That's helpful because a lot of the issues and stressors that go on campus anyways. So there's a person there to meet those needs. Another thing that is really good is that as many kids as need services are the amount of clinicians that will be sent. So if you have 50 kids, there will be enough clinicians to see those 50 kids once or twice a week, depending on their treatment plan.